What's happening, guys? Tech from TechSource. Welcome to Setup Wars episode 232, Ultimate Gaming Den Edition. We're going to take a look at some epic gaming dens in this episode. And if you're watching and you have an epic gaming den as well, consider participating on the show. There's a video linked down below that will show you exactly what you need to do to be a part of the show. But with that said, sit back, relax, because it's time for Setup Wars. Guys, before we begin, I want to give a huge thanks to TechSource for sponsoring this video, because if they didn't reach out to sponsor this video, I wouldn't have known about their amazing app, which actually helps me so much now on my YouTube channel. TechSource is an ultra-secure encrypted online storage, but what makes them the best, in my opinion, is the stupid, easy user interface that they have set up that even your grandmother can use. I'm obsessed with this app, you guys, because now I'm able to easily share files with my editors. Once I'm done shooting a video, I transfer all the files to a TechSource I set up for a specific editor, and then I send him the link to the folder so that he can access and download all the files really easily. I also use TechSource to store all the Setup Wars submissions I get. As you can see, I have quite a few submissions to go through, so if my PC dies one day, I don't have to worry about losing all those files since they are safely stored in the cloud. You can imagine I would probably go insane if that happens. So if you guys have been looking for any type of cloud-based storage, I strongly recommend checking these guys out. You can try them out for free for 2 weeks, and if you love them as much as I do, you can get 20% off their entire plan using my affiliate link down below with the code TechSource. Kicking off the episode is Alex from Illinois and his interesting gaming den. When I first saw these pictures, I thought this dude went to IKEA and took a bunch of pictures of their showroom floor, but turns out it's a fully custom built setup in his basement. He wanted to organize his overcrowded basement while using the extra space to build a sick setup. So he took advantage of his engineer background to create a CAD design of the entire setup and got to work. As you can tell, the main element for the setup is the 2 giant pegboards, which adds a lot of utility and flexibility without breaking the bank. And I actually like how he incorporated that into the setup. So the main PC setup is where he does most of his gaming and productivity, from designing to content creation for his YouTube channel. He's using dual 27-inch LG monitors that he mounted to the Mondiana desk, which looks like it has a glass top, but it just has a high gloss finish. Even though it's not a glass top, Alex didn't drill a hole for his SteelSeries Apex keyboard and the Logitech G502 mouse. Utility is definitely one of the things the setup has a lot of, thanks to the giant pegboards. It allows Alex to easily mount some of his gear, freeing up space on the desk, like the speakers, headphones, and the Xbox controller. And what's awesome about this is that he has complete flexibility on modding it the way he wants without having to worry about damaging his wall. The location of the PC is also perfect, tucked away in the corner with a cutout in the back for the cables and the fan. Nicely thought out. We got a very balanced system with the 9700K and the RTX 2080. I like how he didn't go overboard with the RGB lighting. There's enough in there to give it some life. However, I think your fans are facing the wrong way. You have the AIO fans as exhaust with no intake fans, unless I'm looking at that incorrectly. I do like the entertainment setup as well, but I'm curious why the couch is positioned adjacent to the TV. Wouldn't it make more sense if you position it parallel to the TV? That way you don't have to sit at an angle while you're watching movies or gaming. One of my favorite things about this gaming den is the way he set up the lighting. He added a white curtain in the back of the pegboard so that the lights would reflect off of it, giving off a very natural glow. I'm definitely loving the unique style of this setup. I think this is officially the first setup to incorporate a giant pegboard in it, and it works so well too. Pretty sweet gaming den to start off the show. Thank you, Alex, for entering. Brandon, welcome back on the show, my dude. This is Brandon's 3rd time on Setup Wars. I am loving his dedication already. So this is Brandon's setup for gaming and the occasional photo editing. Right off the bat, I am loving this new layout. It looks like he ditched his massive quad display layout and he downsized a bit. And personally, I think this looks so much better. Sometimes less is more. He's now rocking the 55-inch LG TV as the main display with a secondary that's built in the desk. That is actually pretty cool. I don't know why I love this monitor layout so much. It looks like he moved his super ultra-wide monitor to the other wall with one of the previous 27-inch monitors on the top as an overhead. And what's so cool about this second setup is that the table can fold down, allowing for extra room when he's gaming on his VR system. That is very clever. I do have to admit, in your previous setup, there was a lot of unused space on that wall, so I'm glad you finally decided to take advantage of it while still being able to mount some of your VR gear. For peripherals, he's still rocking the G915 keyboard and the G903 mouse, but it looks like he took my recommendations and picked up bigger and better speakers. He's now rocking the Yamaha HS8 bookshelf speakers in addition to his Z906 speakers for that extra punch. Cable management is still flawless, not much has changed underneath the desk. He's still using those custom outlets he made to plug in all of his gear and a giant raceway to cover up the rest of the wires. However, it looks like we have a new component in his PC. Brandon upgraded his system with an RTX 3090 Founders Edition. Damn, look at that thing. It's taking up half the space of the case. Of course, you gotta flex on me with those dope Dragon Ball Super wallpapers. Damn, you even matched it with the lighting. That's pretty sick. You know I'm a sucker for Dragon Ball, but that's not the reason I'm gonna give you the seal of approval. I'm giving you the seal of approval this time because you finally built a setup that hits all of the criteria. This isn't to say your last two setups were bad. They were amazing, don't get me wrong, but it just seemed like something was missing. You've managed to finally find that synergy in your setup. That's what I was looking for. This setup, in my opinion, looks more complete. It's not just a bunch of expensive tech thrown in together. You took the time to finally create something that provides function but also looks aesthetically pleasing. It looks like your persistency finally paid off. Well done, my dude. If you're watching this video, toss an email to setupwarsprizes@gmail.com to claim your one-of-a-kind plaque. This next setup is from Dubai, and we all know what that means. FRESHJUMA's gaming den is more like a movie theater and a museum combined in one room. This dude has 4 luxurious recliner chairs set up across the room, facing an 80-inch 4K TV. Can you imagine the movie nights this guy hosts in his room? Like, what does it take to get an invite to one of your movie nights or game nights, FRESHJUMA? Because I'll book that flight right now. I'm not even kidding. This room also looks insane at night with all that lighting. Alright, I'm getting a bit too excited here. Let's calm down and take a look at his main gaming setup in the corner. It looks like he's rocking not 1 or 2, but triple 25-inch, 240Hz Alienware monitors. Holy bejesus. For peripherals, he's rocking the Corsair K95 keyboard paired with the Iron Claw wireless mouse. And for audio, he's got a set of Logitech G590 speakers and the Astro A50s. Great work with the cables as well. I can see that you used a bunch of spiral sleeves, Velcro straps, and 3M tape to keep things under control. Well done. Why do I have a feeling that he spends most of his time in the entertainment area? Personally, that's probably where I would be most of the time. Even though he has a sick custom PC equipped with the RTX 2080 Ti, it just seems more fun on the other side. And this is coming from someone who prefers PC over console. There's even a coffee machine at the end of the room. I honestly would have no reason to leave this gaming den. Just convert one of the recliners to a pull-out sofa and you're good to go. Even though the entire gaming den is badass, I can't help but feel like his main setup is just a bit underwhelming, especially when compared to the rest of the room. It just feels like most of the effort went into planning and building the entertainment area, while his PC gaming setup was tossed together in a few minutes. Nonetheless, this is a sick gaming den. Thank you, Fresh, for sharing it with us. This next setup is one of the coolest gaming attics I have seen on the show. LAURENZ from Germany converted his entire attic into a gaming den where he also sleeps in. So technically it's a bed/gaming room. This is where he spends most of his days gaming, watching videos, and throwing LAN parties with his friends when they come over. A pretty chill spot. The main setup consists of triple displays, a 32-inch 144Hz in the middle as the main gaming monitor, sandwiched by 2 additional 27-inch 60Hz panels. Looks like he built the setup on top of the IKEA Lindemann tabletop and 2 drawers tucked underneath for support. We got the Razer Huntsman Elite keyboard paired with the Kone Amo mouse from Roccat, and for audio, he's got different gear for both gaming and beatboxing, which is something he does on his spare time. The Astro A50s with the Logitech speakers are mostly for gaming, while the DT990 Pros in combination with the AKG D5 dynamic microphone is used with the Loop Station. A Loop Station is a device that lets you quickly record a section of your playing or singing in real time and then play it back on repeat or on a loop. That's definitely an interesting occupation for a 16-year-old, but it always makes me happy seeing young people following their passion, or at the very least picking up a hobby that interests them. All I did when I was 16 was play Warcraft 3 on my crappy pre-built PC after school every day. Cables can definitely use some work in the back. I do see that you try to use some cable sleeves, but there are simply too many wires to cover them this way. The best option is to use Velcro straps to prevent the cables from flaring out, and then you can use cable sleeves to cover them more effectively. The PC powering it all is a pretty sweet custom rig equipped with the Ryzen 7 2700X and the MSI Gaming Trio RTX 2070. But what is a random cup doing in there? I think what you started here is pretty awesome, but there is so much more room for potential. I feel like the main thing holding you back is the desk layout. Not only is it simply too small for all 3 of your monitors, but it doesn't really provide any function. The rest of the attic can also use some more organizing. While I do appreciate you personalizing the crap out of the attic with a bunch of collectibles and posters on the wall, there just doesn't seem to be any type of order. No symmetry in mind, no aligning things together. It's kind of a free-for-all at this point, which really takes away from the overall presentation of the gaming den. Like I said earlier, this is an awesome starting point for potentially an even better gaming den in the future. Thank you for entering. Wrapping up the episode is Nawab from the United Arab Emirates and his epic gaming den. If there's one thing that I know from people in the UAE, is that you guys really love your gaming dens and collectibles. Every single person from that country not only has an epic gaming den, but they also have a massive collection of figurines. Nawab's gaming den is no exception. We have a cozy entertainment area in the center of the room where he kicks back and watches movies or games on his PS4. We got the fireplace going and a cozy rug underneath. This dude has the ultimate Netflix and chill setup right here. When he's done relaxing in the entertainment area, he switches over to his main gaming setup to clap some cheeks online. We got a super clean TIE Fighter setup with an ultra-wide in the middle and two 24-inch displays in vertical mode. Looks like he built the setup on the dark gray 98-inch Ekbacken countertop from IKEA with two Alex Jors as support. For peripherals, he's using the Kruger Attack X3 keyboard paired with the Razer Viper Ultimate mouse. Nawab also likes to stream on his spare time, hence why he's rocking a sweet streaming setup as well, with a few key lights and the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. He doesn't use any speakers, however he does own two headsets, the Astro A50s, which are his main, and the wireless HyperX Cloud 2s as the secondary or backup. I like the two black covers he installed under the desk to hide the cables. It's a simple and very effective way of covering the cables in the back. The PC power in the setup is a custom built inside the Kruger Conquer 2 case, and it's packing the Ryzen 9 3900X and the Aorus RTX 2080 Ti. I also just noticed this, but it looks like he installed a giant custom headboard behind the setup and added some RGB lighting in the back, which complements the nanoleaf panels nicely, and he even added some RGB strips in the floor. But the coolest thing about this gaming den, for me personally, has to be the giant full-size Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 model that's chilling next to his setup. That's pretty damn cool. A really dope gaming den to end the episode. Thank you, Nawab, for sharing this with us. And that wraps up today's episode of Setup Wars. As always, make sure you guys comment down below on which of these setups was your favorite, and let me know in the comment section why. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, consider dropping a like before you head out, as it does help out the channel a ton, and consider subscribing if you're new here, because I host Setup Wars every single Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love your beautiful ears, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.